Then now we look at some of the questions at the back. Let's start off with the question 5. Okay, maybe we start with a direct one first. Hold on, let me just see. There's a direct example. Okay, good. Can you see question 5? So, okay, can you see question 5? Can you read question 5 to me? Quick. Read, nah.
Mass.
Yeah, mass M.
Mg.
M is mass. G is the unit. Yeah. Continue.
Of a solid metal sphere.
Okay, you have a ball. Yeah.
And the cube of its radius.
The cube of its radius are
Are in
direct proportion.
direct proportion.
Yeah.
When the radius of the sphere is 5 cm, the mass is 3,500 grams.
Okay, very good. So, what you start with in this case? Decide the relationship. What relationship is this?
And
What relationship?
direct.
Why direct? Where it says?
Or in a direct proportion.
Over here, right?
Yeah.
Good. So, start. So you start out with
Y equals to A.
yeah. Okay. Bracket direct. Okay, good. Now, over here is y equal to kx, right? But over here is no longer y and x already, right? So you read the question carefully. They say the mass and the cube of its radius. What's the meaning of that? So which one comes first? So basically you have two items here. Which two?
Y and X.
Here is y and x. Then here, which two items?
M and R.
Wait. Read carefully. The m and the cube of its radius are. So which two? M and the cube of its radius. So which two?
R and M.
Which one comes first lah? You cannot. Which one comes first?
The M.
M comes first. So the M should replace
Y.
Okay, good. Start with that first. And then the K is K, right?
Yeah.
Then the X is replaced by
R.
you read. They say what? M and the cube of its radius. What's the meaning of the cube of its radius? What's the cube of its radius?
R square.
Right? You already say square. I want cube, right?
Oh.
Cube of its radius. How do you call it? Just now you say R what? Just now you say what?
R square.
R square is what?
R times R.
Okay, then they want what? Instead of square, they want what?
R cube.
Yes. So how do you write R cube? Okay. So therefore, right, it's important that you read the question. The question in this case, actually you need to read the question. Over here, they say the mass m and the cube of its radius r. So therefore, you replace the y with m because m start first, can you see? Right? And then the k times, they say the cube of its radius. Cube of its radius means radius cube. Okay? if they don't have the cube, let's say they don't have this word, they just say the m and its radius, it will be m equals to kr. Understand? But the question here says what? The question here says what? Says what? It says
The
cube of its radius. So you need to write the cube of its radius. Understand? So in a way, right? So you replace the m with y. I mean, you replace y with m, and then you replace the cube of its radius, or replace the x with the cube of its radius. So you should end up with this. Okay? Then what you do? Find k give y and x, right? Here. Find k given. Can you see the radius? 5. Can you see the mass is?
3,500.
Can you find k? So replace your m with 3500, replace your r with 5, then you can find k. Replace your r with 5. Replace your r with 5. Yes. You replace your m with 3500, replace the r with 5. So they have a cube here, right? What are you doing? I thought you need to figure out 5 cube first. That's what's more. You need to figure out what is 5 cube first, right? Before you can divide by the whatever, right? Then continue to follow the steps. Yeah, try to sit here first. Done? What's K?
28.
Okay, good. So your third step done already. Step 3. So you over here is y equals to kx, but for this question is
M equals
m equals to what you start with? K times okay, yes. Then you need to take, okay? Remember, take the value of k from step 2. Okay, good. So now answer question. What question? So over here, they say write an equation connecting m and r. I think you done already. This is the one. Okay? This is part A. Part B, find the mass of the sphere when the radius is 2. So now they want to find m equals to what when r equals to 2. Like, m equals to what when r equals to 2? When r equals to 2. Wait, you don't write the r first, right? Can you see the m equals to 28 times r cubed, right? Correct. Okay? You need to follow the order, okay? You start with the m, next is what? 28. Then the r. Quick. So what's the M?
2, 4.
Write it down. Quick. Done?
Yeah.
Next. They say now the mass is 8. What is R? Continue. You need to find radius. Followed by what? Then followed by what? Yes. Continue. Find R. Do you know how to do this? So you should end up with, hold on, look. You should end up with 8 equal to 28 times R cubed. How do you continue?
Move.
This is times.
Oh. Oh, 28.
You divide by 28, divide by 28 first. So when you divide by 28 here, you end up with R cubed. Then over here you end up with 8 over 28. Okay, then how do you continue? How do you get R? From R cubed, how do you get R? How? What's the opposite of cube?
Square.
I really want to slap you, you know. What's the opposite of cube?
R times.
Nonsense. Okay. Square and square root. Cube and
Cube root.
yes. How do you write cube root? With the okay. What's the meaning of square? Square means x to the power of 2. This is called square. What's the meaning of cube? Okay. So the opposite of square is square root. The opposite of cube is cube root. So over here, right, in order to get R from R cube, right, you need to cube root. So therefore you cube root this whole thing. Then you get the R already. Go. Show me this step. You cube root the R cube, you get R. So you cube root here, you also need to cube root the 8 over 28. When I say cube, you don't say square, can? Huh? You are a girl, you go to the girls' room, okay? You are a girl, you go to the ladies' room. Don't go to the gents' room, okay? Can? When I talk about cube, you talk about square. It's like you are a girl, you go to the gents' room. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? You go to the gents' room. Does it make sense?
No.
No, right? So when I talk about cube, you talk about. You should talk about what?
Cube.
Cube or cube root, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you get? 102. Yeah. So that's the answer. 0.6 something. Are you done? 3 significant figure. Okay? Okay, one question on inverse. So today I want to focus on something new. Because I also need to move on. Not keep talking about the same thing again and again. Waste of time, you know. Okay, question 5. Okay, this is question 5. Can you remember the step already? Do you think you remember the step already? Yes or no? Take so long. Okay, try. Okay, first thing first. This one indirect or direct?
Indirect.
From here, right?
Yeah.
So, write down what? Very good. Very good. So, in this case, right, is which one and which one? Read the question. D to this one, right? Can you see? D to this one, right? Can you see?
Yeah.
So, replace accordingly. Replace your y with?
E.
Yes. With? Very good. Step 2. What's step 2? Find what?
Find K.
Yes, find k given y and x. So in this case, find k given d and m. Go. Find k, yeah. So it's indirect. So it's okay. So for inverse or indirect is y equals to k over x. So in this case, it's not y and x. It's d and square root this. So it's d is k square root m. So step 2 is find k given d and m. Okay, good. So what's your k? Quick, don't waste my time. And by the way, you can see the 64 as 64 over 1. So d is 64. Then m is 9. So I can see this as this. Okay, good. Yep, just cross multiply. Use your calculator. What's k? Okay, good. So k equals to what?
192.
Okay, good. What's the step 3?
Replace K
Uh-huh.
from step 2.
Okay, like. Very good. Now, they ask the value of d when m is 4. Go. So m equals to 4, d equals to what? Quick, calculator. Good. Continue. Part B. The value of m when d is 32. Cross multiply. Ni在做什么？32 times square root m 咯。Yeah. Just write down 32 times square root m times square root m. Square root m 你在做什么 Yes. By the way, right, for the square root, generally you don't have to write the 2 lah. Is non, so 198 equals to 32 times square root m. Generally you don't have to write the 2 here. Generally, okay? But for the cube root you need to. So how do you get rid of the 32? How do you get rid of the 32 here?
Cancel.
By doing what? How do you get rid of the 32? By doing? How do you get rid of the 32? You just like have 2x equals to 5. How do you get rid of the 2? How do you get rid of the 2 here? Yes. So to get rid of the 2, you divide by 2. So to get rid of the 32, what you do?
Divide the
Yes. So you divide by 32 on both sides. So what do you get?
6.
This one 6, right?
Yeah.
So 32 divided by 32 is gone, right?
Yeah.
So it's gone. What you are left with on the right hand side? What you are left on the right hand side? Yes. So what is the opposite of square root? Just now I asked what's the opposite of square. So what is the opposite of square root now? You don't know? What's the opposite of square? What's the opposite of square? What is the opposite of square? What's the opposite of cube? Then what's the opposite of square root?
Square.
Yes. So in a way, how do you get rid of the square root? You use the opposite, which is you square this one. You square this one, you get m. And then you square the 6, you get
12.
square leh.
Oh,
That means 6 square leh.
56.
So that means you write 6 square leh. So it's m equals to 36. That's the answer. Simple. Okay? Okay? So today we have a very good. Okay, so in a way, right? I see you have problem solving this algebra, so we need to talk about the algebra stuff. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's look at A first. Okay, so I give you y equals to 36. What is x? Okay, try this. Quick. Write it down. 動作快啲 quick. Don't waste time. Time is precious. No need to find k already. Do you know why? Do you know why you don't have to find k? Save your trouble. K? What is k? 6, yes. So this one, no need to find k. Skip your step 1 and step 2 already. Skip your step 1, step 2, step 3 already. Save a lot of trouble. What you end up with? How do you get rid of the 36? Six over 36 is 6. 你在讲什么？哈 My goodness. Equals to? Okay, good. What's the opposite of square root?
Square.
So you square that side, you also square this side. No, not times. Not times. Instead, you write times, you dig a hole and then jump into it. Then this side also square. But the entire thing square. So square means what?
1/6.
Put 388. That side. Look. Look. You have a square root x, right? You go and square it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It means the square and the square root, they cancel each other. That's how you get x. Okay? Can?
Yeah.
So that means your right hand side is x. So what if I give you this? X squared. How do you get rid of the square? You? Opposite of square.
Square root.
Yes. So you give it a square root. Meaning what? Give this. So the square root and the square they cancel each other. So cancel each other means. Okay? So meaning if I give you x squared equal to 36, what you do? What you do on the left? How do you get rid of the square?
This square root.
Square root. So you also square root this side. So what do you get? So this one's square root and square cancel each other. Square root 36.
6.
Yeah. Okay, positive 6. So take the positive 6. Okay? Can? Then what about cube? How? How do you get rid of the cube?
Cube root.
Cube root. Then you cube root this one. Then this one and this one cancel. You get x. So what do you get? Calculator. The cube root you need to put a 3. You know how to trigger the cube root?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what's the answer?
2.
Okay, good. The answer is 2. Okay? 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 Good. Alright, so yeah. So today we learned something new. 对吗? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay? So in a way, right? So direct versus indirect or inverse. This one is y equals to kx. This one is y equals to k over x. Okay?
Yeah.
So in a way, right? In a way, what you see is actually this one you can simplify into what? This one you can simplify to k times 1 over x. Yeah. Because you can see it as k times 1, that give you the numerator. 1 times x, that give you the denominator. So in a way, right, you can split the k over x into k times 1 over x. Okay? So now they ask you this kind of question. They ask you, determine which two quantities are inverse to each other. So A, which one is? So d square over 1x. I think this is pretty easy. So which two items are inversely proportional? That means which and which they are inverse in this case. D square and
X.
very good. Then what about part B? W and what about this?
W,
Mm-hmm.
2 bracket.
No. No. So in a way, right, you need to split this one. You need to split this one. How do you split this one? Just now I teach you how to split the k over x, how to split to k times 1x, right? So how do you split this one? Okay, so first thing first, can you see that the 1 on top is 1, but below you can split to half times p plus 1, right? Can you see that you can split the below the denominator to 2 times this one? Can you see?
Yeah.
So once you do this already, can you see half is here, and then this one is 1 over p plus 1. Can you see that you can split to these two? Can you see?
Yeah.
So in a way, now you can ask yourself, you compare these two to above. Can you see that your k is actually your half? Can you see that?
Yeah.
And can you see that your x is actually your p plus 1? So it's p plus 1. Can you see that? So over here, right, that means you need to be good with this algebraic manipulation. How to split. This one, m plus 3 equals to 4 over y squared. I think this one is pretty easy. Which one and which one? This one and this one. Okay. Can you just say m?
No.
Why? No, right? Because the thing is, what I'm trying to say is this one, you need to split into this. M plus 3 and then 4 times 1 over y squared. Can you see? Is in this format. So basically, right, the one we learn y equals to mx plus c, right? Okay, if you are given y equals to 2x minus 3, right, your m is your 2, your c is minus 3. So the same way you need to express everything you are given. So example, this one, y equals to 3 square root x, y equals to 3 square root x. Okay, so you need to express this into this format, k times 1 over x format. Are you clear? So in this case, do you have the 1 over x? Or you have the y equals to kx? So what do you think? This one given is the indirect or direct? Which one? Indirect or direct?
Direct.
Direct. Why? Because can you see? I just need to park it side by side. What I see? My y is my y, my x my square root x, my k is equal to 3. So it's a direct. So this is not an indirect, this is a direct. Are you clear? So it means this, so you need to be good with this algebraic manipulation. Okay? So for the homework, do you have any question? Open your homework. Do you have any question for your homework? Roma? Any questions that you don't know how to do? So since we don't have much time, so maybe you can talk about one question or two. Homework 21, okay, good. So which one do you have question? Okay, let me take a look at your first 129. 129, that means this question. You see if you make the common mistake. Oh, 没有 very good. You remember to put the bracket. This is the common mistake. Okay? So I'm talking about here. Okay, here. Over here, once you make it common, I mean, basically this is you times 5, right? And then of course this one you times 4. Right? And then once you do this, so you get 10x, and then you get plus 5, then you get 20. Then this one you get 4x minus 12, and then you get 20. And then from here onward, you need to put a bracket for here. Why? Because there is a minus sign here. Okay? No bracket, wrong. So therefore you will get what? You will get 10x plus 5 minus 4x minus 12 over 20. Can I ask you how you remember this bracket? Because some of my other students, they cannot remember. How do you remember the bracket? Generally you remember the bracket. But next time hopefully you also remember. So how do you remember to put in the bracket one? Because before you the student couldn't remember to put the bracket. Why then?
I don't know, I just...
You don't know? How do you remember to put in the bracket one? Because that student struggle. Is there a trick?
No, I just...
Just.
I see the minus sign,
You see a minus sign.
and then I put the bracket.
Okay, good. Okay, so basically minus sign, put a bracket. Okay, next, I want to talk about this question. How do you do this question, right? 11 part 2. 哪里啊？11 part 2 这个啊。Good. So, who teach you to do it this way one?
What?
This way. This one in pencil. Who teach you to do it in this way?
Of course, I'm not sure if correct, so I
Then?
put it.
Okay, good. So for this question, right? Yes. So you see that the 5x minus y, for this one 9z, then you have the 2x, you have the 2y, right? So actually you can split this. Yeah, you are right. So you split to 2x, you split to 2y. In between is what? Minus. So you can see that you can take out the 2, right? Can you see? Common, take out the 2. So once you take out the 2, 2 times 9z is 18z already. So you will end up with x minus y. Right? So 18z plus 5x minus y. So can you see you have 2 common already? Then just take it out. So 5 plus 18z. Right?
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, by the way, this question came out in your mid-year. Okay? So to get the parameter, they say the isosceles, so this side is also this. Right?
Yeah.
So basically you add, then you combine similar term. That thing. You add now. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Then after that you just equate this to put it in. Yeah. Okay, good. So this one is your mid-year. Just want to at the same time I want to go through the previous chapters as well, because your term 3 they are going to test you anything before term 3. Okay, significant figure. What's so special about significant figure? What's that rule?
It start is 0.
Huh?
If
What's the first significant figure?
number,
Yeah. But there is something special about significant figure.
you cannot start
Cannot start with?
with 0.
Correct. So the first non-zero, right? So in this case, right, 2, right? So it's 0.06056, right? So this one, no. This one, no. This one is first. This is second. So this one give, so 0.061. Do you get 0.061? 11B part 2. How come you don't even know where you put Jota? Okay, good. Very good. Okay, so looks good. This time around. Okay? So if you realize right, this is just a revision. Okay, this is a revision. Okay. Then okay, this one is also a revision. Okay, but okay, so next week I will start off with this first, but today I want to teach you something new. Okay, so that you are ready for your term 3. By the way, next week, right? Next week, right? Next Monday, right? You start school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 为什么你呀？懂吗？Okay, so next week